What is up, people? Mike Paul 216 here in the Wizards Workshop. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Commander and this new ban list that may or may not be happening. I don't think it's just like a possibility. I'm almost sure that this is going to happen. So far, there's like 2 cards that are supposedly getting banned. I have both of them pulled up now on TCG Player. But before we get into the conversation, why don't you go ahead and leave me a like, maybe subscribe if you enjoy the content. Lets me know that y'all are watching and you dig it. Anyways, I also have Moxfield pulled up with one of the cards in question. Moxfield is how I build my Commander decks, and this is kind of like a video I've been wanting to make a little bit. It gives me an opportunity to talk about Commander, and also it gives me an opportunity to show you one of my decks. So, first card in question, Rhystic Study. Do y'all think Rhystic Study deserves to get banned? Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this ban list. I personally don't think that Rhystic Study should get banned. It's a Commander staple. As long as I've seen people play Commander, because I'll be honest, I didn't start out playing Commander. I'm an old school Magic player. I've been playing since, I want to say, like maybe 94, 95 is when I started playing Magic. I was in like middle school, I believe, when I started playing Magic. So I was kind of right there with some of the players that started out from day one, from like Alpha Beta. I think around the time I started playing was maybe like 4th edition, maybe 3rd. I don't remember. But I do remember that I had some of the older cards. I remember having Howl from Beyond. I remember having Lord of the Pit. Some of those cards I still have. Unfortunately, Lord of the Pit, I think someone might have stole that card from me. Yeah. Or maybe I gave it away. I don't know. I did own the card, though, at one point. But Rhystic Study, I just don't think it's like a card that should be banned. We're gonna pull up some prices here on TCG Player, just to give you an idea on like how much some of these cards are going for, and what the market could potentially look like if something like a ban does happen. So, Rhystic Study, it's an older card as well. It's gotten a few reprints. One of the more recent ones was from the Final Fantasy set. It's a very expensive foil. Very expensive. It was going for $700 at one point. A $700 shiny foil Final Fantasy card. Will the value still hold if something like a ban happens? Maybe, maybe not. Because, I mean, Final Fantasy is like uncharted territory. You know, this is like something that has never happened before in the entire history of Magic, have we ever seen a set like Final Fantasy where it just did numbers that are just out of the stratosphere? It's just insane what that set has done to the game. And this Rhystic study right here is from Wilds of Eldraine. This is the copy that I have. I don't have the shiny version, but if you're looking right here, this person is trying to sell this for $69.69. What a number. But the market price is for $65. And if you go down here, down below, you're going to see people are trying to sell it for like maybe $60, $50, you know, so on and so forth. Scroll down here. Look, we got one of the cards that was banned, Mana Crypt. A foil is going for like $100, give or take. And if we go ahead and we look at like other prints of the card, here we got the original print, which it was a common back then, which is absolutely insane. This was a common card at one time, and now it's one of the most rare cards in Magic, and you can't keep it on shelves. Just how popular the card is. It's like it's almost like it's a Commander staple. All right, it's one card that if you're running blue, it's a must-have in your blue. But now, since they made the bracket system, it's in the Game Changers list. So if you're not aware of what the bracket system is, which I'm sure that most of you that are watching these videos are familiar with what the bracket system is, what is included in the certain brackets, because it goes from 1 to 5. 1 being the lowest bracket, obviously, I think, and then 5 being more competitive. And Rhystic Study falls in the bracket 4 territory. And I do believe that bracket 3 is allowed at least 3 game changers. If I am correct, you're allowed at least 3 game changers in bracket 3. And then as you get up to bracket 4 and 5, you're allowed as many game changers as you want. And mass land denial and all that stuff. That's where the games start to get real crazy in terms of Commander. And yeah, I don't understand why they would ban something like Rhystic Study. And I know I've heard the excuse was just like, oh, it could get really ridiculous. But can it? In my opinion, when it comes to card draw, there's one card to rule them all that is way worse than Rhystic Study, and that would be the One Ring. And my entire playgroup would agree with me on that, because they absolutely hate the card. They complain about it, and I think the biggest complaint that they have is that it's is because it's in all of my Commander decks. But I have 4 of them, so why wouldn't I, play with them? The card is banned in every other format, so it makes sense to play it in Commander, right? I want to use my cards, so I'm going to put them in my Commander decks, right? Anyway, so I'm just going to show you what I'm working with here, and we're going to go to Moxfield, and I'm going to show you my Wizards deck, which is Vivi. He is my Commander. Yeah, I know. I'm that guy. This is my favorite Final Fantasy card. This is out of all the cards that were printed out of that set, this is the one card that I like the most. I knew it from the moment I read the mechanics. I'm like, it spoke to me. But trying to stay on topic, if you look down here in my enchantment list, here is the Rhystic Study. The reprint name is Stay With Me. It's got the shiny effect going on there. I honestly don't own this card. I just kind of put it on there on the list in that printing just to be kind of funny and to see how ridiculous the price for the deck would be. Adding in all these like certain prints, you know. But if you're not familiar with Moxfield, I would suggest to check it out. You know, this is how I build my decks when it comes to Commander. What I do is I throw together the list here on Moxfield, and then I go through my inventory and I look to see what cards do I have and what cards do I need to pick up. This is just kind of how I do it. I mean, if you build your decks another way, you know, stick with what works, you know? But if you take a look at right here and you see all these little dots, those are all the game changers that are in my VV deck. And if you look right over here, this is what bracket it falls in, which is a bracket 4. And I personally, I don't play anything under a 4. I might consider playing a 3. I think maybe my Wolverine deck falls into a 3. It doesn't have a whole lot of game changers in it, but that deck is ridiculous. Ridiculous. But so is this one. Like, I would say that this one and my Wolverine deck are probably my 2 favorite Commander decks that I have, that I've built. And I've seen other people's VVs, and I run mine a little bit different than other people do. And I won't say that Rhystic Study is like a key component to the deck. I will say that it is just one more card that allows me to get to all the other things that I'm trying to do with VV. Because obviously, like, the whole idea of Commander, in my opinion, is to get your Commander to do the thing, right? You want your Commander to... You want to be able to utilize his ability. I don't think that you have to necessarily have your Commander be your win con when it comes to play in the game. But if it's there and it's, you know, why not utilize it? Why not use it? And Vivi, I built this entire deck just around his ability, which is basically lots of card draw and dealing direct damage. Just basically a spell slinger deck is what this is. Even all my creatures try to help Vivi do his thing. And this is a little off topic, but I just thought I would share. That's the whole reason why, you know, Rhystic Study's in there, is to draw cards, you know, get to other cards, you know, deal 1 damage with all these instants and sorceries. Because if you look at like the deck list, the majority of the spells in the deck are instants and sorceries. I got 15 sorceries. I have 29 instants. It just makes sense. But, I mean, if you look over here in artifacts, there it is. There's the One Ring. And again, it's just card draw. There's just so much card draw in this deck. And I love it. This is like... My pod hates it. But I love this deck. I love this deck. And I intend to be playing it this weekend. So if you guys... So there you guys go. You heard it first right here. But that's besides the point. You know, I don't understand why. I honestly don't think that Rhystic Study is going to get banned because of how beloved it is by certain players. And I can understand that there's equally enough people that probably hate it. Because I do see conversations around it. It's become a meme. Do you pay the one on like certain on social media? I've seen it. You know, it's like the outrage over paying 1 mana. It's like, you don't have to pay the 1. Yes, I draw a card if you don't pay the 1, but at the same time, if you have 1 mana to spare, why not just pay it? I've been in situations where people had no problem just paying the 1. Just because there's like, I don't want them getting that extra card. Hey, it's not a problem for me. It's like, it's 1 less mana for you to use, and I just don't get a card. Either way, it's a win-win situation. So, yeah, I just don't think that Rhystic's going to get banned. The other card in question, though, is the Oracle. This card, I do not like this card. Personally, from seeing how it is played on Arena, I could see it being frustrating in Commander. I've never played against anybody that has ran this card in Commander, but if it does as much work as it does on Arena, then yeah, I could understand why this would get banned. But again, it just brings me to this question. Why not just throw it on the Game Changer list? You know, I honestly thought that when they decided to do this bracket list, the whole point around it was so that they could no longer ban cards in Commander. Just put it in a certain bracket system and call it a day. And it would be a win-win for not only just players, but it would also be a win for Wizards as well, because then they can just reprint the card. Am I wrong? Am I right? I mean, let me know in the comments. Am I wrong? Am I right? I mean, I just really do think that that was the whole premise behind the bracket list was, yo, we don't want to upset players anymore, so we're going to make up a new tier system here so that everyone has an opportunity or a chance to play with the cards that they enjoy playing. And you know what? Cards won't drop in their value. And this card's not even that expensive. Like, this one's lightly played. It's $21. But if you go ahead and you look at the near mint condition, it's not even that much more. It's $22. This one is here. It's saying that the market price is $23 for this card. If they ban this card, it won't be $23 anymore. This will probably be I'm just going to throw something out there, maybe $5, $10. Maybe. It's still a really good card, but where's it going to have a place? You can't play it in Standard. You can't play it in Commander anymore, so where is it going to have a home? There is a more fancier copy here. This person's trying to sell it for $129. The foil is going for $146. The normal copy is going for $90. So even this card is going to drop in price too significantly, even though it looks like this was a Secret Lair. Possibly. Yeah, this is a Secret Lair drop. And that's going to make some people upset. Because, you know, okay, this is entirely a whole nother subject. And I'm probably going to have to get to it at some point or another and do a video about the negativity of Secret Lair. Because it's just getting to the point where Wizards just continues to keep pumping out products. And it's like, bro, can we just have a little break? You know? Can we just get a little break in between sets here? Or in between Secret Lair drops? Like, why does there have to be a secret lair drop like every month or twice a month? Like, what is going on here? Like, we don't need this much product. I'm sure someone out there is probably loving it, but I mean, for me, I used to buy a little bit of everything at one point. And now, like I said in my last video, I kind of have to pick and choose what I want to buy. And do I want to invest time waiting in a line and then maybe not getting what I want? I guess that will be just like a little sample of what my next video will be about. It'll be about secret lairs and oh man. Yeah. That's just my thoughts on that. But I mean, to stay on topic, a ban is really going to mess up the price of this card. And it's just not going to have any play value anymore. No one's going to rerunning it anymore if it gets taken off, if it gets taken away from Commander. And I just really do think that I know what the card does, and I know what the uproar is because again, like I said, I've lost to this card before in Arena. People run it in the timeless format. That's where I play when I play Arena. I mean, I play Standard, and that's kind of why I don't stream anymore either, is just because just Arena has just gotten to be just dog shit. All right, it's a dog shit game. It can be fun sometimes, but the shuffler just sucks. It's just horrendous. It's just like, yo, if my hand is garbage and I'm the one shuffling it, yo, it's my fault. But when it comes to the game, it's just like after dog shit hand after dog shit hand after dog shit hand, you're mulliganing down to like literally nothing. And then your opponent, for some reason, always has the best hand ever. it's just like I really do feel like it's rigged. I really do sometimes. But again, I'm getting off topic, and I want to stay on the subject of the ban list. And what do y'all think? Do you think that this card is going to get banned? I mean, it's pretty obvious that this one is. Rhystic Study, I'm not sure if it will or not. I just don't see why they would ban it. Honestly, I don't see why they should ban anything. It's just like, just put it in the bracket list. Make it a game changer. I mean, is there really that many players? There's that many people that are running this card in Commander to the point where it's a problem? I don't know. Nobody in my play group plays this. But then again, I don't really go to like conventions. I don't really play at card shops or my local LGS. I don't do any of that. I have a specific group that I play with, and for the most part, we play bracket 4 decks. Maybe as low as maybe 3. And no one really plays 5 because it's not really. It's competitive, but it's not so competitive to the point where it's just like one person's playing or winning all the time. I mean, is that even possible? That one person just wins every single game? Like, from where I'm sitting, like, when I play Commander, I often lose more than I win. My win-to-lose ratio is nowhere near even. I've got definitely more losses on my belt than wins. And that's not because my decks aren't good. It's just that it's a game of chance, you know? Obviously, when you're the biggest threat on the table, everybody's going to be gunning for you. It's just how it is, you know? That's just how the game works. And it is what it is, you know? But that's my thoughts. You know, like, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Is this worth a ban? Should there even be a ban list anymore? What's the point of the bracket system? What's the point of a game changer list if there's just going to be cards that are just banned? Let me know. But that's going to be it for me. I'll see y'all in the next one. Like I said, I'll probably do a Secret Lair video somewhere down the line here. But until then, thanks for watching. Mike Paul 216 in the Wizards Workshop. See you, bye.